They arrived! That's right, everybody. I have a bunch of packages that came today, and they say fragile. Must be Italian. And I'm gonna be honest, everybody, I am so excited to show you what is inside of these. A few of these I purchased in a video recently, and the others, well, you'll have to wait and see. But now, hold on, everybody. Before we get into any of the packages, we need to talk about the sponsor of today's video, Whatnot. Because if you don't know, that's where I picked up all of the figures from today, and it's an app where you can buy, sell, and even auction off your own collectibles. And personally, I've done all three of those things on there, and it really is one of my favorite places to do it just because of how easy it is. If you're buying something, it's literally 1 or 2 clicks, and if you're selling something, they create the labels for you. And they don't just sell collectibles too. You can find clothing, shoes, coins, pins, you name it. Literally anything that you can think of. And so, if you want to get $15 off your first purchase, scan this QR code right here. Seriously, it's that easy. And if you think about it, $15 is practically a free Funko Pop. Or if you want, you can go through the link in the description down below. Either one works. But anyways, thank you again to Whatnot for sponsoring this video. And now, let's go open some boxes. Not the biggest package today, but also not the smallest. And now, to be completely honest with you here, I don't know what's inside. I'm sure I'll figure it out once it's open. Oh, I know what this is. It's a pretty great figure too. This is one that I purchased in my video that I did where I had to spin the wheel to get a different Funko Pop variant. You know, chrome, glow in the dark, stuff like that. And, ooh, this is exciting. Here it is, everybody. We have the Sketch Spider-Man. I'm a big fan of how these pops look, especially with the way they did, like, you know, the goggles on the mask, as well as the way the webs are actually shooting out of the front, and you can see they kind of like, you know, did the darker lines for the actual, I guess, webbing. Oh, and I didn't even notice the way they did the spider in the middle on his chest really does have some great detail, and also on the back here, the pencil to make it look like they're actually sketching the pops. Come on. Over the years, Funko has done so many different variants, and I think with this one being a newer one, it still feels so fresh. Sometimes when Funko makes a variant, it feels like, okay, they're overdoing it, but with these guys here, it's the perfect amount so far, and I hope they keep that up. All right, what could this one be? It's a little bit bigger than the last box, so I would assume maybe it's a larger figure, or maybe there's a little bit more packaging, who knows? It is, oh, maybe a regular figure. Yeah, it seems like it. Now, what could this be? Oh, I ordered this a while ago. And I have to mention, it's not that it took a while to come in, I just forgot to open it, but oh my gosh, this is so great. It's gonna be amazing in my Batman collection. It is the Funkoween Batman. This is so, so cool. It actually released in 2016, and I was able to go to, well, no, that was Fright Night, so now I don't know what this was. They used to do Funkoween as like an event, and I don't think, no, I guess I never made it to one of those. This figure here released in 2016, and I know that it is just like a repaint of the original Batman. This was limited to 3,300 pieces though, and you had to go to this event to actually get one. And so honestly, a pretty rare figure that I didn't expect to ever add to my collection, but because of Whatnot, I was able to do it. Somebody was selling it, or I got it through an auction. I don't exactly remember because it was a little while ago, but either way, it was available on the app, and I knew when I saw it, I had to pick it up. Also, before we move on, I've got to point out the back of the box. Look at the amount of characters they're showing off here. Ooh, should we do the big box? No, I don't think so yet. Let's save it a little longer. Let's do another little guy. Yep, this is a good one. It's another one of those variants that I did in my video a little while ago. And I don't remember the last time I saw this figure in person, so it's gonna be kind of cool to check it out today. This is the one from How to Train Your Dragon 2. And also, I've got to add, before we actually get into this figure, every single one that I've ordered from Whatnot is coming up protector, and the actual sellers shipping them inside of these, it's honestly so nice. But anyways, everybody, the one that we've got here is the metallic Toothless, normally a Hot Topic exclusive. Oh, now that I'm looking on the back of the box, wouldn't this be such a fun set to try and complete? Look at the dragons. And now, taking a bit of a closer look at Toothless, I love that they gave him his harness as well as the other tail wing that Hiccup creates. And I think honestly, if you're gonna pick up a version of Toothless, this is the one to get. Because it is metallic, it makes him look a little bit shinier like he is in the movie. I don't know, it just kind of screams scales to me. The other one is nice, but it's a little bit flatter on the paint, and this really does elevate that figure. Oh, and this is also kind of crazy, guys. The movies category for Funko Pops is in the 2000s now, and this one here is exactly number 100. And I know over on my movie shelf I have Barf and Belch, as well as I believe Astrid, so this is gonna make a great addition to my little collection. I'm trying to see where this one's coming from. Chris Savage. Oh, Savage Pops. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be another really good one because I always order wacky stuff from him. If you guys don't know, he actually does a Funko Pop auction every Sunday and Monday with so many different figures that you could choose from. And so yeah, I always like to go on there and find what's something that I've like never seen before. And I'm pretty sure with this one, it is what I'm thinking of. It was a Pop Asia figure that I wanted to pick up. Now, some of you guys might not know what this is. And if I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know either, but I wanted to grab this just because it's such a weird figure. Yeah, what I remember about this movie, from the limited knowledge that I have, it's called Scary Girl, and it was something that I definitely could have watched, but for some reason they put it in the Asia line instead of the regular movies category, so maybe this just did better in like China and Japan and stuff, and not here in North America. Oh yeah, and also taking a look on the back, everybody, there are some random figures besides Blister too. Let me just show you because there's so many random names as well. Like, I'm not gonna be able to go through all of them, but one thing I will say, and I don't know what it is about this figure here, doesn't it kind of look like Grogu? I think maybe it's the way that they have kind of like a wider head, but then also like the buns in their hair. It kind of looks like Grogu's ears. I don't know, there's just something about it. And now, taking a look at Blister, I guess, the little mustache is pretty funny. You can also see he's got tiny little nostrils. He kind of reminds you of like an octopus or something with a little fedora, which is pretty cute. The teeth are odd, and it's funny. So this one says here, Funko Mind Style Summer Convention. So I'm pretty sure it would have at one point been exclusive to San Diego Comic-Con here in North America. Because I know that Mind Style, for a few years there, actually had a booth full of different Pop Asia figures that you could pick up. And I remember getting, I think it would have been, let me think of it here, the Dancing Dragon, everybody. The one where it's a costume and two people would be inside of it. They had that one year, and I'm pretty sure the same year they had that, they also had this. I didn't end up grabbing it at the booth, so I had to pick it up on Whatnot later because I thought, you know what, it's kind of an odd figure and I would love to add it to the collection. And so, well, here it is. Alrighty, now everybody, we are getting into this box here, which should perfectly fit a figure. And I think inside though, yeah, I can definitely feel a hard stack, which works out well because it means that figure is still super protected. And let's find out exactly which one this is. Oh, yes. It's a great figure. This here is an amazing figure that for some reason I didn't pick up when I was at the convention, but now through Whatnot, I was able to add it to the collection. And so here it is, everybody, the WonderCon exclusive She-Ra. The main reason that I wanted this figure here is because I actually picked up the Orko not too long ago. It's like a subcategory of Masters of the Universe figures that they've been doing where they turn some of the main characters into these facet versions. And I'm hoping that we can get a He-Man or Skeletor next. Because if you take a look a little bit closer, you'll notice they almost look like a gem where they're cut pretty rigid, and I honestly love how that looks for these figures, and I don't know why I skipped out on it at the convention, but hey, at least I've got it today. So yeah, honestly, Funko, if you're going to be making more of these Skeletor, He-Man, Man-at-Arms, but start with Skeletor and He-Man. And now, everybody, the big kahuna for today. I know exactly what is inside of here because there's only one thing I've ordered recently that would be this long. Alrighty, let's check it out. It's honestly so exciting that I was able to get this too for a pretty decent deal as well for a figure limited to 750 pieces. Oh my gosh. It's also, wow, way heavier than I expected. Oh my gosh. They also threw it into a protector. I don't have one this size, so this is so cool to check out. But if you guys want to see, it is the Pop Limited Edition Raphael comic cover, limited to, like I said, 750. This is so cool. It says Eastman and Laird Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh my gosh. And yeah, if you want to check out the backside too, you can see that is what the comic cover is actually based off of, like the real comic book cover. And then this Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep it inside of here. Sometimes I like to take the wrap off so I can like display it on my wall, like behind me here, but with this one, I don't think I'm going to. I'll probably keep it on my desk, just like this. And now maybe not here on this desk all the time, but I'll find a good spot for it. And now there is only 749 of them out there somewhere in the world because this one is staying with me forever. If you want to check it out a little bit closer up again, guys, because I will not be able to do normal close-ups with this, there it is. Wow, look at that detail. I also gotta say, I am loving the box for this. They've been doing this a lot more recently with the limited edition stuff, where it's kind of this darker blue, and then it fades from like a black to a dark blue, and then it also has the shine kind of going all around it, kind of iridescent. It's a really cool feature, especially for the limited edition stuff. But anyways, though, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Also, don't forget, everybody, if you go through my link in the description down below, you can get $15 off your first purchase over on Whatnot. But anyways, have a great one, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow.